Good evening, Saint Lucia, and welcome to another edition of Chill and Chat, the show that brings you closer to the candidates of the Saint Lucia Labour Party. Every week, we sit down with one of the newly endorsed candidates to hear their story, not just about politics, but about the person behind the campaign. What shaped them, what drives them, and why have they chosen to serve at this important moment in our country's journey? Tonight, we're joined by Keithson Charles, candidate for Choiseul Saltibus. Over the next half hour, you'll get to know him personally, hear his vision, and understand his commitment to putting people first. So settle in, relax, and let's keep moving forward together with the Saint Lucia Labour Party. Welcome to Chill and Chat, Keithson.
Thank you, Maundy.
And Keithson, we've heard quite a lot about you. You're creating quite a stir in Choiseul Saltibus. But before we get into the politics, tell us about yourself.
Well, let me say good evening to you. Good evening to the people of Choiseul Saltibus. And good evening to the wider Saint Lucia. And let me just say it's a pleasure to be here.
Great.
Guys. So, I am a son of Choiseul Saltibus, born and raised. I am from the community. I was born at the Montgouge Health Center. I went to school at the Montgouge Combined School. From there, I went to the Choiseul Secondary School. I was raised and groomed by the community, by our leaders in the community. I was shaped and molded by them. Everything that you see represents the values of the people of Choiseul Saltibus. I'm one of them, and I am proud to be one of them.
Great.
Yes.
And I mean, I've seen some of our candidates on this show, saying that they were born in certain places, and then the opposition asked them to present their birth certificate. So just keep your birth certificate very close, in case the next thing you're challenged.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Right, because people know you from Choiseul Saltibus.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Authentically.
This is where I was born. This is where I've lived. This is where I've raised my family. And this is where I intend on being for the rest of my life.
Wow.
Yes.
Very nice.
I love Choiseul Saltibus.
Great.
Yes.
Great. So now that we know a little bit about your background, let's lighten things up a little. So outside of politics and public life, who is Keithson Charles? What do you enjoy doing when you're not on the campaign trail?
Well, outside of politics, I have a little known talent. Probably people know me as Prince Charles. And that's because I was a DJ for quite a few years with .com Sounds.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and it was not just about making people dance, but it was also about bringing community together. Doing fundraisers to help persons who have challenges. So it's always been about service and seeing how we could use our talents to build our community better together.
Wow, lovely. So you'll probably make a mix. I'm looking for someone to make a labor mix for me. Do you have that talent?
Who knows, if politics gives me the time.
Understood.
Yes.
So now that we know a bit about your background, stepping into politics, it's no small or easy decision, and I'm sure you had to wait, have these discussions with your family, I guess with your colleagues, with your friends. What was that like for you, making this decision?
Well, it's not a decision, I think, that was made on the spur of the moment. It's a lifetime of moments, so it's been a lot of moments when you have a neighbor in distress. At work, where I worked with Lucelec, you have a lot of persons who struggle with their bills, and helping them and seeing their situation, even if you have to take from your own to help them. And you realize that, there is so much that you can do if your heart is in the right place. And you want to see people do better. You want to see your community, the people around you, do better. So you really and truly have this passion going into politics. I think that's the real reason why anyone should go into community service, because this is truly about service to the people. So the decision was not a decision that, was made on the spur of the moment. It is, a lifetime of moments where you saw persons going through hardship, needing support, needing a helping hand, needing direction. And you look at everything that's happening and you say you could do better. You can do better. And I'm here to serve.
Very nice. Keithson, every candidate has a deep connection with the constituency, people, places, and the stories. So let's talk about your community. What do you see as some of the greatest strengths of Choiseul Saltibus?
Well, I would say it's the people. It's our people. Our people and our untapped potential. I believe that our people are proud people. I mean, we have leaders, we have educators, we have giants, We have people who have achieved and are serving in a very high office in the police force, in government offices. We are very proud of who we are. They're here locally and they're also out internationally, working wonders, doing their best for Saint Lucia. So our people, makes us very proud. Our culture, our heritage, it's still what makes our people who we are. And we are very proud in Choiseul and Saltibus. And untapped potential, I can tell you there is so much that Choiseul has to offer. But we need to make the investment in Choiseul. We need to make the investment in our youth, give them an opportunity for them to grow their dreams. And there is just so much money that Choiseul has to offer. I was just speaking to a dear friend of mine from Riverdure, just a few days ago. And if you speak with him and you understand the rich culture that we have in Choiseul that's absent in so many people's minds, that if we were to tap into that and develop it, we can change not just Choiseul but Saint Lucia, because it's a very powerful product. So we have to believe in our people, explore our potentials, the potential that exists there that's untapped, and we can really be a force to reckon with, not just in Choiseul, but in the region as a Saint Lucia.
Okay. And I mean, but you speak about the rich cultural heritage, speak about the young people, but the government has so many programs and projects going on, like the community tourism, the youth economy, the MSME loan grant facility. Is it a case that you think that people haven't taken, or people don't know about these initiatives so that they could tap into them, that it hasn't been brought in, and maybe because of the position that Choiseul is in, that it wasn't something that was promoted within the constituency?
You're quite on point, because when you go around the constituency, I mean, Choiseul is a place that has a lot of ambition, a lot of ambitious persons. So they don't wait for people to come to them. So they follow government websites and they discover the opportunities. But there are a lot of persons who have been left behind. And probably that's why I'm here today, because the quality of representation that we have is not one that demonstrates an appreciation and, this type of passion to develop the young people. I mean, the opportunities provided by the Saint Lucia Labour Party and the government of the day, it's incredible. And there are so many persons who just did not know about it.
Yeah.
There wasn't a structured approach, to get it to them. I am saying that when government delivers or government brings these programs, we need to be the champions in our community. We need to go to the youth, call them in, call in the young entrepreneurs, have a symposium, help them understand what opportunities are presenting, and help them shape their own business cases, shape their passions, their dreams on paper, and give them the support that they need to tap into the opportunities provided and grow themselves. This could really be life-changing for some persons if they had the opportunity. But some people don't know about it. And as we go around, we're discovering that, we're finding that. It's missed opportunities. And that is not something that we can allow to fester. It's not sustainable.
Right.
It hurts,
Well, yeah, and I mean, I know parts of Choiseul, and I know some of the things that Choiseul, prides itself on its craft. I know a lady down in Choiseul who used to make these Creole dresses and the headpieces,
Yes,
etc.
yes.
Just rich culturally and with
Yes.
what the people can do with their hands. So, I hearing you say that, it's almost disheartening. And
Yes, yes. And I mean, I'm really excited and looking forward to an opportunity, to be able to, with the Labour Party, of course, create the investments in Choiseul that can give these people a real opportunity to good markets.
Right.
Create the markets because they have the talent. We need to build capacity with them, give them access to funding, help them strengthen what they do and find the markets so they can even get out of the local market. They could go regionally. Just yesterday, I was speaking to a lady at Industry who does the finest pottery. And we have so many of them in Choiseul,
Really?
Industry, Martin, where I come from, right there. We have two very proud ones there. Monsignor de Tukanawi. We have so much good pottery, that, I mean, it's just amazing. Some of the metal things we use, there's no need to use that. This is healthier. And this is, I mean, the children, when they get involved in the pottery and they get their hands into the clay and everything, they don't want to go.
Right.
They're excited because it's a natural thing, it's a natural phenomenon. And these ladies who do it, they have such passion, They're so proud of what they do. They do it with such delicacy, It's just special.
Well, I'm really looking forward to when you become the MP. That's, by that time there's a tour, so I can do a pottery class. And you'll be like, Maundy, come, we've done this.
That's it. Because we actually, right now the government is in phase trying to get a tour going, a community tour,
Nice.
with community tourism.
Right.
So it's afoot. And it fits right into the vision that we have. Because the vision that I'm presenting, it's not my vision. It's a vision that is based on the findings of our needs assessments from the community. So we've gone around, we've spoken to persons, and we are hearing them. We are hearing the common things, the similarities in the hardships, in the concerns, in the opportunities that they believe exist. And we're shaping something that is a good response to all of what we're hearing. So the investments, when we create an investment in tourism, but I'd rather say that at my luncheon, because
I'm taking too much away from you right now.
I really want to give Choiseul a little wow of what's coming.
Okay. Fine, I'll give you a chance.
So October 19th, Choiseul Saltibus, come out. We have good news.
That's my line. But Saint Lucia, I'm with Keithson Charles. I'm the endorsed candidate for Choiseul Saltibus for the Labour Party, and we'll be right back after the break.
Choiseul Saltibus this Sunday, October 19th from 3 p.m. The Saint Lucia Labour Party proudly launches Keithson Charles, your candidate who will lead with courage, compassion, and competence. Join us as we stand together with our political leader and Prime Minister, Honorable Philip J. Pierre, to celebrate leadership, development, and opportunities for all St. Lucian. This Sunday, Choiseul Saltibus comes alive with Keithson Charles and Prime Minister Pierre. We are moving forward together.
Time to build, time to grow. With you for you don't know.
St. Lucia, it's time to chill and chat. Every Tuesday night at 8 on Hot 7 TV. Join Maundy Lewis as she sits with candidates of the Saint Lucia Labour Party, sharing their stories, their vision, and their plans for you. Let's move forward together. Don't miss it.
Welcome back to Chill and Chat St. Lucia. I'm your host, Maundy Lewis, and with me this evening is Mr. Keithson Charles, the endorsed candidate for Choiseul Saltibus. Keithson, when we went over from the break, you were speaking so lively about Choiseul and all the possibilities. So let's look ahead. If the people of Choiseul Saltibus place their trust in you, what will be your top priorities as their representative? And how does that plan tie in to the vision of the Saint Lucia Labour Party of putting people first?
Yeah, so it's closely related to what we just spoke about before the break. It has to do with infrastructure, economic opportunity, and community. I'm very big on community.
Yes.
Because we've lost so much in Choiseul. I mean, it's about a decade, if memory serves me right, that we have not had a beauty pageant, you know? And that's really dear to me because, you know, it's something that so many of our young ladies look forward to all the time. Carnival, we've not had it for a while. We've not had all of those activities, not even Journée Creole, you know, has been what it used to be. You know, there is so much we can do if we have better community structures. And it's one of the things I really look forward to developing with the help of the people, you know, being able to bring back community clubs, being able to introduce development committees, you know, and put good structure to them, put accountability systems in place, put monitoring systems in place so that whatever we're trying to achieve for any community, it actually reaches the persons intended. You know, we're trying to get that, so we're big on community. But the infrastructure side of it, we need some, definitely, we need some attention to our road network. It has not been the best. You know, whilst the Labour Party has done a fantastic job in actually making resources available to the people of Saint Lucia. But, you know, sometimes you need a voice that roars. You know, you need a voice that when you get to Castries, you get to Parliament, you have to demand on behalf of the people of Choiseul the resources that needs to be allocated. You know, and you just need the advocacy. You have to do it relentlessly. You have to do it, you know, with all your vigor, all your might. You have to say, yes, this is what I need for my people of Choiseul. So there has been some wanting when it comes to the road network, you know, but that is being resolved slowly. And I just really hope that, you know, the people can get some relief, you know, soon enough. The water infrastructure is one that needs reinforcement. You know, we have some improvements, but we still have some communities that are, imagine we have some communities that are stones throw away from the catchment, the reservoir, and the treatment plants, you know, at Delce. And these persons have gone for months without water, you know, just because of the engineering of the whole thing. You know, so whilst it may be a small group of persons, they're still important. Everybody is important, you know.
Yes.
There's some places they only get water 2 days a week, and the times they get it during these 2 days, sometimes it's late in the night, you know. So definitely we need to strive for better. We need to at least get in 2025, in this time that we live, we need to get people water at their homes, you know, on a regular basis.
Yes.
You know, so the infrastructure is one, and then the community is another, and then the infrastructure also has this part to it that I'm saying that I would like to probably say at the luncheon, because there are probably 2 major infrastructural projects coming to Choiseul Saltibus. You know, that I know the youth of Choiseul Saltibus will be excited about, you know, and the persons like our craft people, our arts and craft people will be very happy to get an opportunity, an avenue to market better.
Very
you know,
nice.
So infrastructure, economic opportunities that come with these infrastructural projects. When you create them, you develop the community. You know, you develop the space for young entrepreneurs to thrive. You know, to give them a voice. You know, to give them a presence. I mean, it's gonna reach everyone.
Okay.
You know, it's exciting.
That sounds very exciting.
Exciting days ahead.
We'll have to wait.
At the luncheon.
At the launch, right, on the 19th of October, Saint Lucia. Keithson, so leadership comes in many forms, and beyond promises and policies, it's also about your character and representation. How do you see yourself serving the people, and what kind of leader do you want to be remembered as?
I would say a leader that is action-driven. Action-driven, and I would also want to say a neighbor. A neighbor. So action in regard to service, the service you provide. You know, so you want your leadership to be, you know, one that is primarily driven by service, you know? So you take action. You don't make promises. You want a leadership that's driven with purpose. not so much promise, but purpose. You want to be of service to the person. So you have to be a go-getter. You have to show people. Our grandmother, when she raised us, she did not just tell us that you have to do it. She showed us that you have to do it. You have to go get it done. You have to work hard. So I want to be the leader that will demonstrate these values. That you're always of service to people. You're always, it reminds me of this gentleman that I helped with his car stereo many years ago. And he told me that he will vote. He's aligned to the other side traditionally, but when he heard that I was endorsed, he came to me and said, Kifo, I'll give you my vote. And then he told me why. It was a car stereo I fixed for him several years ago. And I did not charge him for it because I had a small shop at the time. And to this day, he remains appreciative of that. So it's the small things.
Agreed.
It's the small things that you do with people that stay with them. So you have to really be focused on service, not so much, the grandstanding things. But you also, I believe I want to be a leader that is about, neighbors. You understand? You always want to be present. You always want to be at the doorstep, listening, providing the listening ear, hearing what the concerns are. You may not have all the answers right there and then, but at least you want to be listening to your people to understand what's really happening with them. To be able to at least go out and find some way to cause an intervention. So I want to be a leader that is driven by action-driven service and, of course, this neighborly aspect of it, people-centered.
Nice, very nice. And the last question in that one is, when all of this is said and done, what do you want people to remember you as?
Well, that is it. I would want people to remember me as a neighbor.
As a neighbor.
As a family man, as a man who cares about my neighbor and those in the community as I care for my own family.
Nice.
I would want to be able to have a clear conscience, to know that I've tried my best, and some of the changes happen not just through me, but through the engagement of people within the community. We have such great people in Choiseul. We have brilliant persons in every walk of life. We have doctors, we have teachers, we have police, we have lawyers. We have just so much. We have the tradespeople, the farmers. I'm a farmer at heart, and
You're a farmer, you're a DJ, you fix electronics.
Yes.
I mean, multi-talented, and now
Yes.
you're a politician.
Yes, I'm a servant.
You're a servant.
I'm a servant of the people of Choiseul, Saltibus.
Very nice.
Yes.
Very nice.
And I'll be with them all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice. So we've covered the serious side, and I think you've given us a lot to think about in terms of your style of leadership, who you want to be for the people of Choiseul Saltibus, who you have been really for the people of Choiseul Saltibus. So do you think if you had to do it again, you still make the same choice in terms of going in? Because I'm sure that the experience has been, you could think about what this is like, but then when you get into the position, sometimes it's a whole different ball game. Would you do it all over again?
I probably would do it earlier.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I probably would do it earlier because, you see, it's exciting. With my previous job, it's all about people. I worked with an establishment that is, an establishment that anyone who enters there, you feel very proud working there.
Nice.
What they put into you, the development they put into you is just absolutely amazing. It's a great company and I'm very proud of them. And what they've instilled in me, together with what my community has instilled in me, it's just it's humbling,
Nice.
It's humbling. Yes, but on the other side, when you go into it, as I've gone into it, you discover a lot of things you did not see because you see the surface. But when you get in there, you find out what's really happening with people. And you understand, how wounded, some families are and things of that sort. it really is a good opportunity to go in there and work your best and try to help these people come out of where they at, you know. So that's why I'm saying I probably would have done it earlier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Understood. Wow.
Yeah.
So Keithson, just to lighten things up a bit, because you almost made me feel like, wow, he would have done it in his young age when he's probably supposed to be living his best life. But you love your community, you love the people, you want more, you want better for them. But tell me, and serious question, what is the best food from Choiseul Saltibus?
The best?
Food from Choiseul Saltibus.
Oh, well, I think the best food is a one pot.
A one pot?
A one pot. That's me.
That's you making it, or that's, other people?
I do it well.
You do it well.
I do it well.
Hey.
Yes.
Hey.
My wife is probably a lot better than me, but I put a lot more effort into it.
I see. I see.
But I think a one pot because I love macabou.
Okay.
You know?
I don't really like
yes,
that.
I love macabou. And the one pot of macabou, with some fish head, that's a delicacy. That's very nice.
Okay.
I think a lot of people in Choiseul love that.
You think that might be the Choiseul dish?
Well, yes, I think
One of them?
I think that's one of them. A lot of people like the we call it the Pig Monday by Mafias at Lafag.
What is that? What's that?
Well, it's just a place where a lot of Choiseulians go because he barbecues, he grills pork there.
Oh.
But it happens on a Monday. And
okay, I need to remember that. Somebody remind me of
you should come.
of that on Monday.
You should come. Mafias does a fantastic job at it,
Because tomorrow I will go, tomorrow will be Wednesday and I'm going to go to my place, Glamity, so I can get my pudding and my stew pork.
Yeah.
So
There are several other locations, trust me, in Choiseul.
But on a Monday?
From Delse, through Monsignor, all the way to Saltibus, there are amazing persons doing amazing things there.
Nice.
At the Saltibus Gap, right there at Anchor, next door, that community is buzzing.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of talent, a lot of creativity there.
So Choiseul is the place to be. I mean, last week John Paul told us about a Wednesday seafood something in Babino, and now you're telling us about a Monday, and it's
Yes.
pork Mondays.
Yes, our Saint Lucian people are talented.
Yes.
That doesn't reside only in Choiseul Saltibus. We are very talented people.
Definitely. But it's a pity I'm not going to enjoy your one pot. But Saint Lucia, as we wrap up, Keithson, I'd like to give you the final word. What message do you want to share with Saint Lucians watching tonight, particularly with the people of Choiseul Saltibus? And how can they support you as you embark on this journey?
Well, to support me, I would say we need to start a conversation. We need to start a conversation with your neighbor. Listen to our message. Our message is one of a new beginning. It's one where we really and truly trying to bring people together. We think we can achieve so much more if we're united. We need to stop the divisive politics. We can do it better together.
Better together.
That's our theme. And it's what I'm all about. I want all people who subscribe to the philosophy of the United Workers' Party, I want to encourage them to, look deeper into the Saint Lucia Labour Party. Look into what, Philippe J. Pierre has brought to us over the last 4 years. All of the policies, how they've benefited us in education, in health, in the creative industries. I mean, it's worth at least reviewing, because I think if you're someone who really thinks about your fellow brother, you think about young people development, education, wanting them to be their own person, you will see that the Saint Lucia Labour Party has a philosophy that is really trying to encompass development of our human resource. I just want to remind our people that the politics doesn't have to be about promises. I want to remind them that it has to be about purpose. It has to be about purpose. So I have a plan for Choiseul Saltibus. I think anything you do in life, if you're going to start a farm, if you're going to start a career path, if you're going to build a home, anything you're going to do in life, you're going to start with a plan if you want to be successful. It just cannot be right that you want to develop Choiseul Saltibus or work on behalf of the people and you don't have a plan. So I want to present my plans to the people of Choiseul Saltibus on October 19th, and I want them to evaluate them, see how we can refine them if needs be. And then we're going to work together. 5 years from now, we're going to assess where we're at, But I'm going to have a plan presented to our people, and we're going to try to execute. So I just want to encourage everyone to continue to understand that the Saint Lucia Labour Party has some great philosophies. To our sports people in Choiseul Saltibus, I want to tell them that we have the semi-pro leagues. What we look into doing in Choiseul Saltibus, it's just our local championing of what the national philosophy is. So we're bringing it home.
Right.
We're taking it, we're making the philosophies of the Labour Party, the Philippe J. Pierre philosophies, we're driving them home. We're giving them the energy that they need on the local level. And we're going to incorporate ourselves into this whole SLP movement. Because this is a movement.
Yes, indeed.
And it's big. And it's encompassing all, So I'm appreciative of everyone who's on board. I think it's a good journey that we're doing together. Let's keep it that way. Better together.
So well said. And Keithson, you think Glavag has enough space for all of us when we come down?
We'll make it
Boy,
happen. We'll make it happen.
whoa.
It's going to be the biggest.
It's
going to be the biggest, but we're going to make it happen. Because we are a welcoming community,
Yes.
And we're going to welcome the whole of Saint Lucia, and even people from Martinique who's coming in.
Indeed.
Yes.
Keithson, it was a pleasure chatting with you.
Thank you.
Saint Lucia, I'm Maundy Lewis, your host of Chill and Chat, and this evening I had with me Mr. Keithson Charles, the endorsed candidate for Choiseul Saltibus. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you, Saint Lucia.